I'm gonna show you how I just made $2,500 today using this one new meme coin method that anybody can do from home. As you guys can see, in just the last week alone, without including today, I'm up over $8,000, as you guys can see, or 9,000 right there, as you guys can see. If you guys take a scroll down, yes, there are a couple losing plays, as you guys can see, but when you win, you make a lot of money. Just from this coin, in 1 minute of trading, we made $500. If you scroll down some more, another token, we made another $400 today. And just how long? This one took 17 minutes. A few more losses of like $1, $5, and then another one took me 2 minutes and we made another $500 today. And we do this every single day, and this only takes a few minutes, as you guys can see. I'm going to show you this full strategy, but just remember, you need to subscribe and comment other things that you guys would like to see. Also, keep in mind, none of this is financial advice. This is all for educational purposes, and I'm showing you the strategy that works for me. And we can keep going. This was just earlier today. In 9 minutes, we made another $200. So today's profit for total is over $2,000 with just a few hours of work and staring at a screen. As you guys can see, the average win rate in crypto is only 8%, but we've 5 times that with a 40% win rate, as you guys can see, making thousands of dollars every single week. So here's how you're going to do this new strategy, but let me explain it while I teach you. So there's a website right here called ColeScan, and it's going to show you exactly how much people are making daily, weekly, and monthly. So let's go ahead and refresh the page. As you guys can see, some guys made $19,000 today alone, and you guys can actually check and track his wallet. Not only that, but you guys can also go to his Twitter to see what he's posting, how many followers he has, and if you guys want to follow him with notifications on. And as you guys can see, clearly this guy is making money. So besides the point, imagine there was a website with all these big influencers making thousands of dollars. Well, luckily for you, there is. It's called GMGN, and that's the trading tool that I actually use. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to monitor. This is a very good tab, and I would only do this on a laptop. It's very difficult to do on a phone. I'm gonna leave all the links below that I'm using in the description. And if you guys want these calls for completely free, I have a free Telegram below where I post them. Once you guys are here, you're probably gonna start off by following people. Like, you guys can track your own insiders, paste their wallets, and as you guys can see, the people I'm tracking are making hundreds of thousands every single month. But that's not what we're here for. We're looking for people who are already tracked by the website. Once we're here, we're gonna go to KOL, which stands for Key Opinion Leaders. These are people who have a word and say, like on Twitter, Instagram, just like me, how I'm posting these YouTube videos and Instagram posts. That's exactly what it is. A KOL is a key opinion leader who can judge a meme coin or like make it go from certain prices to certain prices. Once you're here, you're gonna scroll down on the left-hand tab because you don't really need this top part. So scroll down where it says KOL net inflow. You're gonna search it by not the last 5 minutes, but by the last 1 hour. From here, it should start you from age, but you just wanna hit the percentage gained, and then you wanna hit it twice so it looks just like this. Once you do this, it's gonna sort it by the most volume to the least volume all the way on the bottom. And once you guys see a new coin come out, like once this is a few seconds to a few minutes with a few insiders buying, that's when you actually wanna buy the coin. And let me explain that a little bit deeper. So you see this number, how this one says 19, this one says 3. The one that says 3, that means 3 KOLs bought this token, and this one means 19 bought. The more people that buy the token, the better your odds are at making money. And here's how I would do it. So this money, Brawl, as you guys can see, we made $500 from this coin in just a few minutes. That's very good. And here's exactly how I did it. You can see my buy and sell transactions very early on. So let's go to the 30-second timer. As you guys can see, we bought literally right here and sold all the way up here. So from there to there, that's already a good profit. And then we rebought this huge dip and we sold it again, making even more money from the same token. Now, you might be wondering, why did I buy this coin? Because take a look at this. We bought it right here and there was such high volume. As you guys can see, $7.8 million in the last 24 hours, but the coin only came out 43 minutes ago. So really $7.8 million in volume in just 43 minutes. Once we saw the coin take a pretty big dip, I usually like to wait for a 30 to 40% withdrawal. That's when I ape in. I put in 6 sold in total, 3 here and 3 here, as you guys can see. And then I sold it all at the top for $1,300, profiting around $450 right there. And then over here, I only rebought $150, which is 1 sold, and then I sold it all over here for a couple of dollars more. It's like $300, totaling for a $500 profit, as you guys can see right here. The thing is, you need to know how to time these coins right, or else you will lose money. money, because I've seen a lot of people use this strategy, rush into it, and not start with small money just to learn the basics, lose a lot of their money. Here's another thing. If you guys hit this tab called KOL/VC where it says 19 people, you're gonna see exactly what they're doing, if they're buying the coin or if they're selling the coin. Because if a lot of KOLs buy the token, but they're all starting to sell right when you want to buy, that's not a good sign. You want to make sure people are actually buying the coin. As you guys can see, another KOL just put $2,000 into the coin, and they've been slowly buying for the last 9 minutes, and they're already up $100. This is a good thing to do because every single time it's outlined in red, that means they're selling. If it's outlined in green, that means they're buying more of the token. And if you stare at a laptop for a few hours a day, you guys can find these big coins, or even the ones that just last a few minutes, and make a couple $1,000s from it. But you need to remember, this is for quicker trading. If you want to be fast, this is the method. If you're more of a long-term, like wait a few days type of guy, this won't work because a lot of these coins do end up crashing very quickly. As you guys can see here, this one, BGS, it came out 14 minutes ago, and it was a complete rug. You need to be able to have an eye for this. Another thing I like to do, you guys see how it says DB? That means dev buy. I won't buy a token unless it says DV or DS, which means dev sell. If the dev has sold the entire token, that means 90% of the time they can't rug it. Obviously, they can send the tokens to another wallet and still sell on you, but if it says DS, like let me show you guys right here, this one says DS, or maybe this one didn't. But if we go to another token just like this, most of the time the devs do sell the token. This one doesn't even seem like the dev bought the coin, but a lot of the time the devs are selling, like this coin. We bought it and sold it in a few seconds. We didn't make that much, only a few dollars, a few cents. But as you guys can see right here, it does say dev buy and dev sell. Now that the dev sold, you guys see how it took that big dip? That's because he sold all of his tokens. Usually when that happens, the coin skyrockets. Like as you guys can see, from when he sold it to when I sold the coin, it went up over 500%. And these are the type of coins that you need to be looking for when you guys are actually trying to make a lot of money from this. And another thing that you guys can actually use your settings for is this tab right here. If you guys go to my filters, I want at least a minimum of 5 calls to buy it and a market cap of a minimum of $100,000. That's going to allow me to filter from all the junk coins so I can see what's trending and how much people are making. But one thing I like about GMGN, it actually tells you the percentage gained from some of the insiders. Like this guy did a 140x from this coin. This guy did a 57x, and this coin actually did a 253x, all by using this new strategy that's taking over meme coins. The more people that are doing this, the more money you guys can actually make, and the faster you are, the better it is, because that also means the more money you can make. So I'm going to leave the GMGN referral link where it saves you 25% off on all of their trading fees in the description of this video. But if you guys want to actually start trading like a pro, use this method, and make sure that you guys